What's up, dog parents? Today we're taking our enrichment activity outside, and we're actually at a local state park in Central Florida called Lake Griffin. It is one of me and my dog's all-time favorites. We've been coming here for years. Diesel's excited in the car, can you tell? I have it running, so we're good. What we're doing today is called a Sniffari. This is one of the best enrichment activities you can do with your dog, and you don't have to necessarily come to a state park to do it, which, by the way, it was only like $4 or $5 to enter here, so it's a super cheap and fun activity your dog can do, but you can do this on your just regular walk with your dog. And what a Sniffari does is it's basically just walking your dog, but letting them take the time to stop and smell everything. Because fun fact, did you know dogs have 300 to 400 million, or 100 to 300, million scent receptors in their nose? So when they walk around, they're getting the tea of the neighborhood. The grass is literally Lady Whistledown from Bridgerton, y'all. Like, they are taking it all in. They're seeing what their friends did. They're seeing if any animals came by. And can you imagine what that's gonna be like at a state park? It's on steroids. My dogs love it. They have so much fun. It's a physical exercise, so we're pulling that in. They're getting their regular enrichment. They're mentally stimulated. They're exhausted after this activity. Diesel's going to be passed out at home the rest of the day, but he's going to be so fulfilled and happy. So come along with us on this awesome state park Sniffari, because I know you're going to want to do it too. All right, so one of the first parts of this state park is actually really kind of cool. So they have like a little mini trail that you can go on, and it leads you to one of the oldest trees in Florida. I'm gonna show it to you guys. I got Diesel on his nice long leash. He's having so much fun, and it's a really beautiful path. I'll show you. All right, here we are, and this is a very big note here. Please do not climb on the historic tree. Diesel's like, Rah, don't do that. But what's cool, this says, you can't see it just yet, but it says this live oak tree is the second largest oak tree in the state of Florida and is estimated to be between 300 and 500 years old. How cool is that? Look at this thing. This is massive. I've actually done some photos here once with this tree. I'll add one maybe to the screen here so you guys can see. I did a little nature trail trip with the pups a while back, and they had so much fun. And so I'll share that with you guys. But now we're gonna go to the main trailhead, and then you guys can see what it's like. I'll give you some fun tips for hiking with your dogs, or just taking your dogs to a state park and all of that along the way. Number one, because it is happening as we speak, pick up after your dog. You don't need to leave any of this stuff out for other animals to find. It messes with the environment, and it's just rude. So pick up after your pet. We come stocked. All right, so this is the main part. When you get to Lake Griffin, you've got boats. They have picnic areas. There's a playground back there, and then right in that direction is the trail. So that's where we're going. Oh, and before we get to the main trailhead here thing, so I can show it to you, not all parks have this, but this one does. You will see it at the entrances and kind of exits, but you're not going to see it along. They do have poop stations. Use it. Grab your bags now. Don't leave this on the trail. Okay, so they have two different trails that you can do. You have one that's 1.5 miles, or you have one that's 0.3 miles. Today we're just gonna do the 0.3 miles just because he already did kind of a walk this morning and I don't want to overdo it. But both trails are really, really nice. Some pro tips about the trails as we walk, because we've been here many times. So the longer trail, something to keep in mind is certain times of the year when we do get a lot of rain here in Central Florida, there's a part that has this little kind of semi-narrow wooden bridge that you kind of have to walk on. And when it's not a rainy season, you can step around it if you want. When it is rainy season, it's pretty wet on all sides, and you're gonna have to fit on that. So depending on your dog's preferences and what they actually like, Diesel hates water. He still does that bridge though, so he's fine. But I'm not saying it would intimidate every dog, but there's obviously a chance. So check this place out and see what you think of that area. None of my dogs have ever had a problem, but I just wanted to at least let you know that that's there during the rainy season. And if anything, just don't come during the rainy season. Because also, fun fact too, if you do, bring bug spray. Oh my gosh, bring bug spray. And that's kind of a tip to any nature trail, to be honest with your dog. Bring bug spray for you, because some areas, when you're super covered by the trees, it is rainy season and moisture has been setting. Promise you, I get eaten alive by mosquitoes. So you learn from me, gum covered. We haven't had any rain in a while, so because I am filming this in the fall technically, so it's actually lovely out. It's cool under these trees. It's really not buggy, so we're loving it today. Having so much fun, Bubba. He's having so much fun. So much fun. What's great about this too is your dog's getting to sniff so many different things that they never have access to, right? Like they're smelling different wildlife that doesn't probably live near you guys. They're getting textures with different dirt, different leaves, all the things. It is such a exciting and exhausting experience for them, and it's great. Okay, so you know how you guys can see this little red thing on the tree here? That is actually an indicator of what trail you're on. So I know I said I was gonna do the blue trail. Well, we're doing just parts of the red because there's actually certain parts of this state park right now that are under construction. And so some of the exit points of like the blue kind of led to some of that. And I was like, okay, well, we obviously can't go that way. So I was like, well, let's just do some of the red and just, you know, show you guys some of it. And Diesel hasn't been on it in a while, so we're gonna have some fun with it. So now, why don't we get into some more pro tips about just taking your dog on a trail and like this really extra fun Sniffari experience in general, right? So let's talk about like what you should bring. So I have my backpack. Obviously this is not like a super long, intense trail, so I don't need to bring a lot because we're not gonna be here for like hours or camping, anything like that. I like to always bring water. That's always important. I bring enough for me and my dog. Whether you want to grab an actual water bottle and bring like a collapsible bowl, there's also a lot of dog water bottles that have like a built-in bowl that's really, really cool. My favorite brand for that is Springer. I'll link one below. Fantastic. I've had them for years. It's a really cool invention because it's actually made to conserve water. Like whatever your dog doesn't drink, it actually goes back in the bottle. So I think that's really cool. Depending on where you live, hi Diesel, he looked up at me. Depending on where you live, you may also need some additional things. So for instance, we don't have like really bad rocky or uneven terrain because I'm in Central Florida, right? Like our elevation is in inches above sea level. Like what do I gotta worry about with like the mountains? We don't have any. We have maybe hills. But if you do live in a place that has that, you might want to look into getting your dog maybe some dog boots. My favorite brand that specializes in outdoor dog gear for this essentially is Roughwear. They're phenomenal. They are fantastic for protecting your dog's feet because they basically make like a sneaker. It has a hard bottom, so you don't have to worry about it. It grips onto your dog's feet. They make sizes for both your front and back feet of your dog, which a lot of places just do like a one size fits all, but like your dog's feet aren't the same size in the front and the back. Good boy, Diesel. So that's a good pro tip too. So those are like my initial things that I recommend that you should get. And then obviously adjust to your dog with whatever you need. Oh, actually another pro tip. So I have a nice long leash here. This is my leash from FitPaws. It's about, maybe it's a 10-foot lead, maybe it's an 8-foot lead. I always use a regular leash. Don't bring a retractable. It's gonna get caught on bushes. And I just hate retractable leashes because they're just not good. But that is a different story and conversation for a different day. But have a longer leash so your dog can actually move around and smell, take it all in. Because if you're constantly like being pulled from them because your leash is so short because they can't actually enjoy the experience and letting them sniff, it's not fun for either of you guys, right? It's just not. So that's another pro tip too. Yeah, let's enjoy the trail again. We actually made it to the bridge, you guys. This is what I was talking about. See how it's like, it's not like super narrow, but it's also not like super wide. This, when it is wet, this is completely underwater, like completely. So as you can see, Diesel has no issue with it and he can actually like step off it around it. But when it is wet, which actually, okay, there's like the littlest bit of water here, but usually it's even worse. When it is really wet, like, it is wet. We just kind of did a decent amount and then we're headed back. So it's like, this is a perfect time for a water break because then we can just, you know, take a minute, relax, and just take a breather. We got a bench right here. I can put my bag down. It's quite nice. Oh, and I just thought of another pro tip to share too. So if you want to find dog-friendly state parks, it can be as simple as just Googling like dog-friendly state park or state parks that I can take my dogs to, or nature trails dog-friendly near me. You know, all those different like word combinations can give you pretty much exactly what you're looking for. You can also go online to a lot of like the state parks websites. They have information about like what animals are allowed, like can you do this, can you do that, what are their rules, because it's good to know before you go. Because the last thing you want to do is show up with your dog and they're not like, dogs aren't welcome. Because there are some places where dogs aren't welcome. It's just, I know that's hard to believe. Trust me, I love taking my dog everywhere too. And there's usually reasons why, whether it's for historical environmental reasons, whether it's for safety precautions, like, I don't know, there could be so many different reasons. Sorry, there's a couple bushes. Here's another one. Hold on. But that's the biggest thing to make sure. And that's before you do anything with your dog, right? You always want to make sure your dog can actually go there. Otherwise, it just kind of ruins the experience for everybody, especially if your dog got all excited to go somewhere because they got in the car and the last thing you want to do is get there and just go back home. So just a little pro tip. So we finally come out of the trail. We're at the main area of the park now, and I have a very happy and tired Diesel Weasel. He's going to sleep so hard the rest of the day, and I cannot wait for him to just be so relaxed and happy the rest of the day. So I hope you guys love this idea. It is such a fun and easy way to take your Sniffari dog enrichment activity to a new level. Your dog's gonna absolutely love this, guys. And there's so many parks and places you can take your dogs. There's sniff spots. Like, it's just endless, and it's just so much fun to watch your dog have fun. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys love this idea. Make sure to follow for more enrichment ideas. And my dog's pooping again. I'm gonna pick it up. Bye, everybody.